Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Vicky and I'm currently pregnant with our first baby girl, and I am 30 weeks plus 1 day today. So if you want to see how I've been kind of feeling and things like that over the last week or so, then keep on watching. So I haven't actually uploaded in a little while. I've missed, I think, my last kind of 3 uploads. I normally upload on a Monday and Thursday. This video I think is going to go up the day I'm filming it, which is Friday. So yeah, I wanted to film this video yesterday, but honestly I've been an emotional wreck. Hormones probably aren't helping, but if you guys don't already know, in England we are in a national lockdown, so not the whole of the UK as far as I believe, just England. So yeah, it's been a bit of a funny one for various reasons. This lockdown is meant to just be for 4 weeks, but honestly I think it's probably going to go on for a little bit longer, so that in itself is kind of, I don't know, it's a bit of a bummer, because when I finished work on Wednesday, just gone, it just made me think, wow, this might actually be my last day working this year, like, and for quite some time. Obviously having a baby, you don't really know, especially when you're self-employed and do like what I do. I didn't know how long I wanted to take off, or even when I was going to start my maternity leave. I had this idea in my head that I wanted to go up until Christmas and I'd probably only take a month or 2 off, but at the moment, with obviously everything going on, I don't know, that could be longer. Like, I don't know. So a lot of you guys that probably live in the UK or in England as well probably kind of get where I'm coming from. It's not, yeah, it's not ideal, but I think a lot of us kind of saw it coming, and thought that it was kind of inevitable that we were going to go back into another lockdown, but we just didn't really know when it was going to happen. So yeah, it was announced last Saturday, with effect of yesterday. So that's kind of why I've been a bit quiet, because obviously I've only had up until Wednesday to work, so I wanted to kind of fit in as many people as I could while I could. So I just thought videos are just going to have to go on the back burner for a week or so. And excuse me, I did mention that in in my community tab on here, that there wouldn't have been a video last week, and I didn't expect that that was going to go on through this week as well. It's just how it's obviously played out. And I hope you guys don't mind, but I think I will mention it here again just in case you guys haven't seen my last update. If you want to see kind of more daily updates and things like that, then head over to my Instagram, because that's where I tend to regularly upload, because there's less faffing about, less sitting down filming, things like that. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, me not wearing makeup and things like that, but it's all over there. So if you haven't already, follow me over there so you can see what's going on if I happen to not upload for a while. But fingers crossed, now that essentially I have 4 weeks to do nothing, there will be some videos. So please do let me know in the comments down below what videos you want to see while I have this extra time. Because I really feel like these 4 weeks are just a bit of a blessing in disguise for me personally. I feel like I can finally get on top of things that I've been meaning to do for a little while, like sorting out all of baby's things and stuff like that. So I'm rather excited to get going with things like that. Obviously I'm going to be doing lots of videos, and we're doing a few more vlogs and stuff. So if that's your kind of thing, then make sure you are subscribed and have the notification bell switched on, so you can see when those go up. So yeah, that has been why I've been a little bit quiet. Obviously there's just a lot up here like for many of us at the moment. I mean, the world is just, I mean, quite frankly, it's a shit show. There's a lot going on, which is why I don't really want to talk too much about it, because there's enough of it going on, you know, in social media, on the TV, like everywhere you look. It's just the depressing stuff that is the news at the minute, and I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to add to it, and I'm not going to add to it with my own misery either. Yes, I have been a bit mentally all over the place, and I like to be honest in these updates and tell you kind of how I'm feeling in terms of things like that, as well as symptoms. But honestly, I don't really feel like now's the time. I may do like, I don't know, another chatty update that's not like pregnancy related at some point in the near future. But yeah, for now, we are not going to dwell on things like that. We're just going to try and be upbeat and as positive as we can be. And I highly suggest that you guys, if you live in England, take these 4 weeks for what they are. Just do as much as you can with the time, whether that is chilling out because you finally have the time to do nothing, or whether that is finishing like a project that you maybe started in the last lockdown, or just whatever. But just, it is what it is at the end of the day. And I personally, I'm gonna milk it for all that it is. So I suggest that you do the same and just try and stay positive, because we got this. We got this. So yes. Anyways, like I said, I don't really have a huge amount to update you on. So I'm going to flick back to a comment I had in my last video. Now, I do apologise if you ever comment on any of my videos, specifically if you've like asked a question or said something like that. I am so bad at replying to comments and emails and everything. I'm terrible. For someone who's self-confessed like organisation, you know, like queen, I am the worst. I see the comments come up, or like I'll like check on my app and see what comments I've had recently, and I'm like, right, I need to reply to that. I'll like wait till I've got 5 minutes to properly sit down and reply to it and give it my full attention, and then I just 2 weeks passes and I still haven't done it. So I do apologise if you have left a comment. I do plan on getting back to you. I haven't had 5 seconds to fart. So yes, we are going back to the one from, or a comment from 3 days ago from Amy though. And Amy says, your bump looks so cute, glad you're doing well, so thank you. And she said, could you answer this question in your next video? And it's, have you had any embarrassing or TMI symptoms like lots of gas or farting during a pregnancy? So Amy, I don't know how many of my updates you would have seen, but in my early pregnancy updates, I mentioned quite a lot of like symptoms and things like that as I was having them over the weeks. And I like to be quite open and honest with you all, so I do mention the good, the bad and the ugly in all of those, and honestly not really a lot has kind of continued throughout. The only things are the one that you mentioned, and that is wind, and oh my god, it's something else. I'm not going to mention a certain time that it happened, and it probably shouldn't have happened. I think you can probably guess by that when it happened, but it wasn't ideal. Kind of ruined the moment. And yeah, and I've had a lot of burps, like, oh my god, it's just constant. And it's, oh, there's just a cat on my fence. Yeah, there's just been a lot of wind both ways. And yeah, that's I mean, that's pretty much it in terms of like embarrassing. And I wouldn't even call it embarrassing. They're obviously very natural things for anyone to go through at any point, but yeah, they're probably the only things that I would say have been going on. The only other thing I feel like is a given, especially at this stage of pregnancy, and that maybe TMI, I don't know. I feel like it's TMI to some people, but others it's really not. And it's just the amount of times that you have to go for a wee. Like, oh my god, it's just constant. Now, I've had issues with my bladder for probably a little over 10 years now. Excuse me. And they have kind of gotten better over the years. But obviously since being pregnant, they would just more or less come back the same way that they were before. So I'm almost used to this feeling, in a way, of feeling like you need a wee, going to the toilet and nothing coming out. That is the most frustrating thing in the world. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that's probably the only TMI thing. Now, I've had this, I'll call it a habit, because I don't want to use the term like obsessive compulsive like thing, because I'm not diagnosed as OCD, so I don't want to use that term lightly. So I'll call it a habit, and although for me it is a compulsion, and for the last few years I've had this where I will need to go for a wee just before I go to sleep, which is pretty natural, but it doesn't matter if the last time I went was 5 minutes ago or an hour ago, I will have to go. But at the moment, it's at the point where like I'll go just before I'm about to go to sleep, and then like I'll close my eyes, lay there for a few minutes, and then I'll feel like I need to go again, and like I say, I'll go and nothing will come out. And I don't know if it's like baby's positioning or what. Really, obviously it's a mixture of things, because of what's going on down there. But yeah, so that's the only real thing that I would class as maybe, and again, like I say, it's pretty TMI to some people but not to others, because it's a very natural thing. But yeah, I thought that was quite a fun thing to include in this video, so thank you, Amy. So if you do have any questions, leave them linked. Oh, don't leave them linked, you can't leave them linked. Leave them in a comment down below and I will answer them in my next update. I thought that would be kind of a fun twist on these videos, just to be able to answer any of your questions. They could be to do with anything, but I just thought, just to kind of change them up a bit, change these videos up a bit, make sure they're not all completely like doom and gloom. Obviously, if anything like that were the case, I would share it with you, because as much as these videos are for me to, you know, tell you guys how I'm feeling, what I've been doing, and things like that, they are for me to look back on as well. So I do want to be quite truthful, because I do eventually want to kind of look back on these and say, oh, you know, like that's how I felt at that point. And, you know, especially if I do go on to have any further children, it would be nice to kind of compare, not in that way, like, but just how I was feeling. So yeah, that is what I probably plan on doing now. I'm gonna include like some questions and things like that, so if you have any, leave them down below, or like message me over on Instagram if you would prefer. So yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to mention in this video. Like I say, not a lot has happened. I'm not particularly feeling any kind of nerves or anything like that yet, which I honestly thought, especially by now, that I would be. And I had a chat with a friend of mine the other day, and something that she said that just made so much sense, and it was that when you're not pregnant, all you think about, when you think to, oh, when I'm pregnant, you think about, oh my god, I've got to give birth, I've got to do this, that and the other, and it's just so scary. But when you're actually pregnant, I think that just kind of goes out the window, and you just suddenly think, well, the baby's got to come out, like, I can't be scared of it, although obviously you full well rights to be scared, but you just generally think, well, it's got to happen, like, so you do maybe chill out a little bit more than you thought you would, or at least in my experience I have. Needless to say, that might change in a few weeks time, but yeah, I mean, as it stands right now, I feel fairly calm about the whole situation. I did mention in my last update that I was going to try hypnobirthing, and a friend of mine has very kindly sent me the hypnobirthing book from the Positive Birth Company, so I'm going to try and get reading that very soon, and things like that, and just kind of just start preparing myself mentally for what is to come, because I feel like I'm probably quite naive. A lot of you are probably watching this thinking, you have no idea, love. And honest answer, no, I don't. I don't have any idea at all of what's to come. I have a vague understanding of how things work, and I've watched One Born every minute, but you know, that's not the reality of it. So yeah, I feel like I do need to kind of clue myself up a little bit more. So yes, that is my plan, and I'm going to endeavour, like I said again I think in my last update, to continue with self-care and things like that, and just try and stay in as much of a chilled mindset as I can, very much of the mindset that I am right now and have been kind of, well, up until now. And just, yeah, try and carry that on and try and stay positive and just think about the end result, really. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I say, leave some questions down in the comments down below, and I will answer those in my next update. I have some trapped wind. Oh, that's so annoying. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to show you a quick bump date. I do have a jumper on because, like I say, it's cold, but I will show you my naked bump as per usual. So this is my bump in clothes. So I am 30 weeks plus 1 day, so I was 30 weeks yesterday, and this is what we're looking like, and in my top. Maybe a bit easier to show now that I don't have the couch in the background. But yeah, and then my naked bump. Oh, there's another cat. Under my maternity leggings, which again, I will leave linked down below because they are so comfy. Yeah, this is Bump. So she is doing rather well. Lots and lots of movement. Seems very happy in there. And yeah, I'm feeling good, generally. But yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Make sure you head over to my Instagram if you want to see more kind of live updates. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you are notified when I next upload. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.